Sugar Hill Creamery's Strawberry Basil. So I was peeping their Instagram at Sugar Hill Creamery, at Sugar Hill Ice Cream, at Sugar Hill Ice Cream. And looking back on this flavor, it was actually named Green Cart, and it was a summer flavor for last year, 2020. This is the very kind people, owners. It's a husband and wife shop. Send me a pack about twice a year. This is my last one, so if you guys are watching, it might be time for another summer pack. Let me know. We'll make it work. We'll get some reviews out. But this place is special, let me tell you, especially in person. It's off the beaten path. What I mean is, this is coming from when I met the experience I took. This is coming from my experience when I made the trip to New York City in 2019. It's kind of like everything is, I'm gonna say south of Central Park, like lower Central Park, and obviously Brooklyn. And then you got Sugar Hill Creamery, who's up in Harlem. And not gonna lie, I almost didn't go because it was a further than usual travel from where I was. But the owners asked me to come by, made the trip up, and man, we talked for probably an hour, ate ice cream. Wonderful experience. In fact, I did a whole review of my New York City trip, and Sugar Hill Creamery easily came in with the most underrated. These guys don't get enough love, and it's probably because they're off the beaten path, but they do ship, so check them out. Great stuff. Anyways, back to my story before I got off on my rambling rant, as I normally do. I was looking, it was actually called a Green Cart, and it's just a strawberry basil base ice cream with lemon curd and, was it shortbread cookies or crumble? It's just called shortbread, with shortbread. So here's a quick little shot. And let me tell you guys something. This is really good. Especially, we've been in the 90s here, believe it or not, in Georgia. And it feels like it's freaking 100 because we went from like 70s last week to high 80s, low 90s, and it's scorching. But this is, my point being with all that, this is such a refreshing flavor. It's crisp, it's just fruity. It's like your typical summer flavor. The base, as far as consistency, very good. Creamy, dense, premium. Not the best in all those categories, but certainly a very, very quality ice cream. As far as flavor, it's mainly strawberry. Kind of like a strawberry buttermilk type vibe from Jenny's. I know I'm relating the flavor to that because many of y'all have probably scooped that. It's a more a readily available pint. But where that kind of leans more towards like the buttermilk side, this is ultra creamy. It's just strawberries, cream. Strawberries and cream. The basil is noticeable, but it doesn't play a huge role. It's more so adding a touch of that floral earthiness. Is that a word? I don't mind it here because it's easily a backseat flavor. Like I probably wouldn't even, in fact I wouldn't even know it was in the ice cream had it not been mentioned in the description. However, I do think that plays a key role in kind of bringing out the overall flavor and creaminess, milkiness of the strawberry within the ice cream. Here's the deal. You know I love you, Sugar Hill, but I have a job to do here, and I'm always finding some flaws. But I do know a good ice cream when I come across one, and this is very good. So let's keep going. Minor issues. Here we go. You can see the lemon curd swirl. It's nice. It's gooey. It's sticky. It's almost like, it reminds me of the filling of like a donut, like a custard, like a custard type feeling. That's the same consistency, not flavor obviously, same consistency we have here. Only issue is, as you can see, it's kind of lacking. I came across a few spots at the top and a few here in the middle. Bottom line is, and I can't believe I'm saying this, I want more of it. I think this flavor needs more of it. Here's why. It is very, very good in terms of flavor, especially paired with the sweeter strawberry base. I probably didn't talk about that enough. The base is definitely more sweet with very little tartness. You're dealing with a sweet, milky, creamy, sweet base. So the lemon curd is much needed. It draws out the flavor even more, for sure. Easily draws out the flavor because, like I said, you have a sweet in the base, and then you have this lemon that just pops and bursts in your mouth, and it draws out the strawberry. It adds a little bit of tart to go along with that sweetness. There's definitely more, how do I want to say this? There's definitely more shortbread than there is lemon curd. However, oh God, I'm slinging ice cream. I don't know if that was on camera or not. Slinging ice cream everywhere. Let me get that up. All clean. Where was I? Oh, there's definitely more shortbread than there is lemon curd, as you can see here, but there's still not like massive chunks of mix in. It's kind of smaller spurts of it. But it's enough to get the job done because of its very well executed texture. It's, in my opinion, just how shortbread should be. It's kind of like crumbly, almost like a, like a gravel or a, like a crunchier pie topping. It is, sometimes it's crunchier, sometimes it's more, I want to say chewy, almost tender, like it's a soft bite. You have both in here, because some has soaked up the cream more, while the larger, let's call them pockets, like the larger chunks, kind of withstand the ice cream and are more crumbly, tougher to chew. Now, flavor. There's a shot, and didn't fall off my spoon for once. It's a good night and a good ice cream. The flavor is, let's be honest, and I know I said this in a review before, whenever I see shortbread, I kind of get disappointed. Hold your horses. Just because it just tends to always lack flavor. It's not a dominant flavor, so it tends to be overpowered. There you go. However, it works. I mean, I think it was a wise choice, a good pairing with this type of flavor. It's summery. However, it's just, lost for words here. It gets the job done because it's buttery. I get a little bit of butter. I don't get much else, like a cookie type vibe or a sweet, or even sweetness for that matter. I get the tiniest hint of butter, buttery tones, and that's it. But I think that slight bit of butter plays into the flavor even more. So what I'm trying to say is, if I've ever enjoyed a shortbread mix-in, it's definitely with this ice cream. Look, I'm here for this flavor, and it's typically not even my go-to flavor profile. Y'all know how I feel about fruity ice creams. So the fact that a company, Sugar Hill, underrated, needs more love. The fact that they get me to enjoy this is pretty darn good. And more so enjoy this. Like, I would easily scoop this again. It's your perfect summer day flavor. Nonetheless, if this is back this summer, I highly recommend y'all buying it and give it a shot. It is a very, very good scoop. Strawberry Basil from Sugar Hill Creamery gets a 8.5 out of 10.